Thank you for taking just a few minutes to learn more about parental controls on Apple's iOS devices. Now, all three of Apple's primary portable devices, the iPhone, iPad, and iPod Touch, all use the same operating system called iOS. So the steps we're about to discuss will apply to all three devices, and every iOS device comes with certain fantastic parental controls that are already built in. For example, one of the best ways to prevent access to inappropriate content is to limit a child's ability to download apps without approval. Apple's devices come with an amazing tool to help manage app downloads called Family Sharing. To access Family Sharing, click on Settings, which is the app that looks like a set of gears. Next, click iCloud, and under your name, you'll see Set Up Family Sharing. Click on this and follow the instructions for adding family members. This will allow the organizer to approve or block app downloads remotely. A second great set of parental controls also exists within the settings. Now, if you're still in settings, click General and then Restrictions, which by default is set to off. Click Enable Restrictions at the top, and then you'll be prompted to create a 4-digit code. Now, don't forget the code, because the only way to change or turn off restrictions without it once it's set is by performing a factory reset on the device, which essentially erases anything that you've downloaded. As you can see, within restrictions, a parent can toggle off access to a number of things as you see fit. For example, you can turn off Safari, which is Apple's internet browser, if you want them to access the internet through another accountable browser like Covenant Eyes. Earlier, we talked about controlling app downloads through Family Sharing. But for young internet users, you might consider turning off the App Store altogether. Although it's hard to find outright pornography in the App Store, with over 1.5 million apps and growing, there are plenty of things that are suggestive and offensive that you might consider limiting access to. Further down in restrictions, you can restrict settings for music, books, and Siri. If you keep Safari as the internet browser on the device, be sure to select the website option and then select Limit Adult Content. This prevents the user from deleting their browser history and also provides an excellent level of filtering within Safari. iOS devices also have a feature called Guided Access, which can be a great tool to use with very young internet users. Guided Access allows you to prevent a user from exiting an app or even clicking certain parts of the screen. For example, you might want your 5-year-old to only use the Alphabet app and not stumble into a web browser for exploring YouTube. To enable guided access, go to Settings and tap General, then Accessibility, and finally, Guided Access. Toggle guided access on and set a passcode. Toggle accessibility shortcut to on, which will allow a triple click function in order to turn guided access on from the home screen. Now, when you launch an app that you'd like the internet user to access, just triple click the home button to launch guided access. You can circle any areas of the screen you don't want accessible. For example, circle the back arrow in Netflix if you don't want your child to exit the video that you've selected. You'll also notice the options in the bottom left when you're in the guided access screen. Here, you can toggle off a few other functions like volume control. Be sure to tap Done to save your selections and select Start to begin guided access. As you can see, if used correctly, an Apple device has many parental controls that can help create a safer internet experience for your child. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any additional questions, whether you are a Covenant Eyes member or not, please call one of our customer service representatives and they'll be happy to help.